What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 16 of the Alphacast, the official podcast of Ice DJ Gaming. And joining me today is the respected genius, Julius.
What's going on, man?
Not much, man. I'm kind of tired tonight. It's been a long week, but it's gonna be a good episode. Episode 16 already. Like, the time flies.
Yeah, time flies when you're having fun, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Also joining us is the international man of mystery, Noah.
Hello, how are you?
I'm very well, man. Are you excited for Shadow of Mordor coming out soon to you?
I'm a bit more annoyed than excited at this point, but yeah, I can't wait for that game.
It's alright. You'll get it soon enough.
I'm counting down the minutes.
Oh, jeez. You are very excited then. Also joining us is the creator of this wonderful program, Grant.
It's been nice knowing you guys. The Ebola virus is in Dallas, and I'll be the first one to go.
Rest in peace, Grant.
And
we already lost Jake.
it will slowly spread up the coast, but no, you'll probably be safe since you're on like the island or something.
Up in down in New Zealand. Yeah, I mean that story is nuts, and I hope like they can find a cure for that, or just will like sedate it in a way, like kind of bring it down a bit, like, for the guy himself, and like just so like we won't spread it here, because that's a serious disease. And for Jake, I mean he moved into his dorm last weekend, so he's not able to join us for a couple weeks.
Wait,
I thought you were
so
going
you
to say
didn't
like,
get rid of him?
he lived a good life.
Oh no, I would never approve getting rid of Jake. He's just a wonderful soul.
Yeah.
So, Noah, what are you playing right now?
I'm playing, well, obviously Don Bradman Cricket, but you know, always, forever and ever and ever. Well, also playing Dark Souls. This is kind of like my final sort of go with it. I've said before that I've played Demon Souls, complete Demon Souls, and I didn't mind it, and I sort of said I've had my fill, but I thought I'm gonna give it one last go. So I'm giving Dark Souls one last go, and if I die too much, then it'll just be like, nope, not touching those kind of games anymore. But right now I'm partially enjoying. I think that's all you can do with Dark Souls. Partially enjoy the small victories after hours of dying, but yeah, it's going, as John would say, it's going. I'm also playing State of Decay, which is a extremely buggy game. It has lots of flaws. It has no storyline. The combat's average, but I really like it.
Yeah, I could not do Dark Souls. Like, even like with like an RPG or something, when I grind for like an hour and like the game like crashes on me, or like I die from like some like petty little like enemy, I was like, that's it, screw it. Like, I'll be so angry. Like, I won't touch the game for a week. And Dark Souls, nope, you could not pay me to play that.
Yeah, I can't imagine, Brett. You go ahead, Noah.
I was just gonna say that's what makes Dark Souls, for the people that love it, that's what makes it so good, is it's consistently hard. It's not, there is no sort of like unfair sort of level sort of gap between a boss and normal enemies. You can die on normal enemies and you can die on the bosses, so that's why I think it has such a hook to it. But you go ahead, Julius, what you can say.
I was just going to say, I can't imagine Brett playing Dark Souls because,
He's a rage quit.
you know, yes, Brett flips out just when we're playing the Crucible in Destiny and somebody kills him or somebody lags. He's just like, I mean, he's just like hitting the roof. And I'm just like over there, I'm cracking up on my end, you know, because Brett can't take it. So, you know, I would hate to see him play Dark Souls. But the truth of the matter is, I'm the same way. I could not imagine. I've never played Dark Souls. I have no interest in playing Dark Souls. I'm not up for that kind of punishment. I just don't want to put that in my life.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I'm like generally a stress-free, relaxed, laid-back person, but like when it comes to video games, like I'm just like, oh, it's so frustrating, and like just something clicks. Like I get really angry really quickly, and like I just turn from like an innocent little boy into, not a little boy, to like an angry man. I'm like, oh, come on.
I mean, like, you couldn't even get a legendary within the first week of Destiny, and then you almost returned it.
Yep, dang right. That's how it should be. I mean, with the new patch though, you're gonna get a legendary no matter what. But we'll talk about that later. Grant, what are you playing?
I've been playing the same thing for about 3 weeks. That is Destiny and Minecraft. Destiny I won't talk too much about, but Minecraft I haven't been playing it that much, but I started a new world with like where all the writers can sort of play in it, and John, Mike, and Jason have played in it so far, I think. And I don't know, it's all right by yourself, but when you play with friends, it's just a good time. Jason's building like a dirt shrine to the gods. We filled Mike's house with a bunch of dirt mics, so hopefully he plays before he listens to this, or else it'll ruin the surprise. But yeah, that's all I've been playing.
Surprise, Mike. Surprise.
Yeah, I just like, I'm playing another game. I'll be playing another game and I'm on PlayStation, but we'll be in a group chat and just listen to you guys cracking up laughing while they're playing Minecraft is just hilarious, I mean, it just makes it a lot of fun and I'm not even playing the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's just such a ridiculous game. Like, how can you punch rocks to death with your fist? Like...
I saw you made the Ice TG Gaming logo. That looks pretty
I
sweet.
cheated a little bit, about halfway. I went to creative to give myself the supplies, and I built it in survival. But
okay.
I guess I kind of wish I
alright.
cheated all the way, because I mean, I already cheated halfway. So
Yeah, it looks great. I mean, I made a house one time, and like I was like, all right, I'm good to go. Like I started everything. Like let's go like farming, and then I had like half a heart left in the process, and like my buddy joined the game, and he punches me, and I die.
wait, was I in
And I
there
was
that
just
time?
like, yeah,
that
you
was
were in the
funny.
game with my neighbor. And I was like, oh come on, like I worked hard for this, and like I had no idea where the heck I was, and like I lost all the progress, and it was
And
so
then we
annoying.
took your map.
And then yeah, you took my maps. It's like, go this way, go that way. I was like, I don't know where I am. I don't like where I am related to you guys. I don't know where I am related to my house. And then I like started building like, because what I like to do is I dig like essentially a cave and I build like into the cave, and that's where my house essentially is. And my friends started blocking off my like pathway, so I had no clue where I was on my house. Like I knew I had a set path, and I knew where to go and where to drop down and such. And they started blocking it off, and I was like, come on. And I started digging one way, and water started coming into my house, and it just went from bad to worse, and it was just a bad time.
Yeah, you should join our community
But-
world and build yourself a house.
I'll build myself a nice little house in the woods and just be some crazy old
Yeah, we're
hermit.
just trying to make like the coolest town possible.
It sounds awesome. I mean, I haven't played Minecraft in a while, but hopefully with the imminent release of Minecraft on Vita, I'll play it when I go from class to class. And Julius, what have you been playing?
I have been playing Shadow of Mordor.
No, you're really mad right now. You're just fuming.
I'm fuming.
Noah, I'm sorry, but this game is so awesome, and I can't wait for you to play it because, I mean, it's just an amazing experience, and I haven't played it a ton yet. I've played I don't know, several hours, but not as much as I wanted to play this week. But the game, I mean, it's so great that I'm glad I'm not reviewing it because I can just like sit down and just enjoy it and play it, and I don't have to concern myself with trying to finish it. It's so much fun. I think that one of the things that really stood out to me the most is that there's a moment where I just realized, like, this whole Nemesis system is so awesome, and it's just like, it's amazing to me that it's never been done before in a game, and or if it's been done, or something similar has been done before in a game, I've never played a game with it. And we talked about it last week about what would feel next gen, and this game feels next gen to me. That Nemesis system feels like something that is just unique to this game, and you have to imagine that the other similar games like Assassin's Creed, the Batman games, and other titles are going to try to do something similar, because you can just see it fitting into that system, fitting into a lot of other games. I think one of the things that another thing that stood out again to me is the fact that you know, Shadow of Mordor will remind you a bit of Assassin's Creed, particularly when it comes to like the stealth, the way the stealth works. It does feel kind of AC like, but and some of the combat, feels a little Batman like. But it does those things. It does those things that those games do, but it does them better than they do, and it does them. Pretty much it takes the best out of those games, and it's all in one. And I mean, I'm just like so like interested in this Nemesis system because I mean, just in the hours that I've played it, I've discovered some captains, and I don't mean to like take the whole podcast up and keep and talk about how awesome Shadow of Mordor
it's conversational.
is.
Talk your heart out.
But the really cool thing about it is how you interrogate orcs and then you find out okay this about this captain and you make him a target and then you're going to try to kill this captain. And the minute you find him, you discover him, and he's surrounded by his allies, and then another captain may show up in the middle of it, and the captains identify themselves like uniquely, like they have like a very brief like introduction kind of scene, and they identify themselves in the middle of the battle, and you may have the upper hand on like the one captain and his allies, his minions, and then another captain shows up, and that captain may be more powerful than the other, and you may have to try to battle them both at the same time, and it's just, the game, at that moment, the game becomes more challenging than you probably expected it to be, and it's awesome. And like, even, and so, I was surprised at how often I died in the first, like, 5 or 6 hours playing the game. And I was just like, yeah, I died. Like, what's going on? Maybe I just don't understand how to play this game or something. But dying in the game is awesome. Like, because when you die, first of all, there are moments when you die and you have like a last second opportunity to counter, and it's like a mini game. Like a circle pops up on the screen, and you have to match the rotation or direction and the speed of the circle in order to do a last second counter to try to survive. And and if you fail, then you die. And if you counter it, then it gives you a second to you try to regroup or try to get away. And so it's awesome. And even like when you die, I mean, you see the moment, immediately after you die, you see the captain that killed you like get a promotion, and and there's the whole Nemesis systems like section of the game, like kind of like in the menu, and you see the captain that killed you kind of like get promoted, and he gets like new armor, and he steps up, and he might like beat his chest and everything like that, and it's like, okay, I have another guy who that I need to take out, or because it may have been that captain that got promoted, or it may have been some no-name orc that killed you, and then he gets identified as a captain, or I'm sorry, some of these people, they call them war chiefs, and and so he gets identified as like this war chief, and then that and then you have another nemesis that you need to take out, and and you just going through the game and discovering information about the different captains or war chiefs or whatever they're called, and then when you do that by interrogating other orcs or interrogating other war chiefs, and I mean, it's just a really engaging experience that I spent a large part of the time just running around like interrogating random orcs just because it's fun to do it. And then, and this is the last thing I'll say about it, is that like the voice acting in the game is so good. The random orcs are like having like conversations about like where they are in the hierarchy of orcs, and what they need to do in order to get promoted. And then Gollum, from the obviously the Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings movies and books, is in the game as well. He's I don't want to spoiler, but he's in the game, and the voice acting, it's not Andy Serkis that's doing the voice acting. It's someone else and I really need to look up and see who he is, because you cannot tell the difference. The actor that's doing the voice of Golden sounds amazing, and and the voice acting of your main character and some of the other secondary characters is amazing. And I mean, I can't say enough about this game. Obviously, that's why we definitely have to do. Once Noah gets the game and he's played it a while, we're gonna have to do an episode of Revealed on this because Shadow of Mordor is an amazing game. I'm pleasantly surprised by how good it is. I knew it would be good. I didn't know it would be great.
Yeah, the game looks sweet.
Do we need to have the?
Go ahead.
So I said, do we need to have the rest of the podcast? Because I'm happy just listening to Julius.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I can't wait for Noah to play it again. I can't wait for you to play it because you're the one that's been really looking forward to this game, and it's going to be pretty much if at minimum it's going to meet your expectations, and it may exceed your expectations and how much fun it is.
Yeah, the game looks sweet. I probably plan on picking it up tomorrow. It looks like Batman combat mixed with Assassin's Creed stealth, and that just looks really awesome. And the Nemesis system seems like unique and hasn't been really in any other game.
I'm probably gonna die a lot because I'm terrible with stealth, so I'm just gonna go on hacking and slashing, hoping for the best. And I'm probably gonna be like, oh man, I wonder why I died. Because I suck at stealth.
I'm kind of weird with stealth games. Like, if I get caught, then I'll just, like, sometimes I'll just let the enemy kill me. Because I want to feel, like, the accomplishment of, like, completing it completely stealthily. I don't know, it's kind of weird, but,
yeah, I'm gonna pick it at some
very much
point.
the same.
I'm gonna probably wait till... I mean, I want to read our review first.
Mike's reviewing it, right?
But, I believe so.
Yeah, Mike's reviewing it.
Yeah, no, you were gonna review it, right? But unfortunately, it's coming out a week later for you.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I've still got 6 days for it to go. So Julius and Mike and that are obviously already playing through a good chunk of it. So I thought it's a bit unfair, like, to you guys to have the game and not review it. So yeah, I'm sure I'll find another game to review. But as long as I play that game, I don't mind. like Julius said, it might even be better that I'm not reviewing it, because then I won't have to be critiquing every single detail of it. So I just really can't.
Yeah, you can
wait.
probably...
If any of your copies go missing, they might be on that.
You could probably write one of those, like, sub-review things that we're going to start doing. Like, if you don't know, we're having one person review the main game, and then maybe, like, a couple other people write, like, a paragraph review and give their own score for it.
Okay, I'll definitely do that then. Yeah, count me on board.
And I'm playing Hyrule Warriors. It's good. It's not as fast paced as I was hoping it would be and fluid. I was expecting just to like cut through the enemies like butter. Because I mean, it's essentially Dynasty Warriors with Zelda and a Zelda world, and it's fun. Every character, there are a lot of characters to play as, and they all play differently. I like Link the most, just because it's a matter of feel, and I control with him the best. And what's cool about it is you can upgrade your thing. You get this, you can call it the Kokiri sword from the Zelda series, and essentially what it does is it adds another attack to your overall combo. So you can just like add a chain that just keeps going and increases. And there are defense-based badges, and there are special badges like Din's Fire, Feori's Wind, that increase your ability to get the special attack. And I'm close to beating the main campaign. Then I'm gonna try the adventure mode, which it takes like the old original NES Legend of Zelda map, and you have to do various things with that. And then I'm gonna go just free play and just hack and slash for forever. But I mean, even though the combat, it's fun, the game can get very repetitive. So I don't see myself playing this for too much longer after I write the review, which I'll hopefully write this weekend. And what you do is you have various missions throughout, and take this keep, or defend so and so, or defend this like a bomb shoe, while they have to get across and complete the objective. And you defeat a number of monsters in the keep, and it generates the boss the boss of the keep, and you take over the keep, and you spawn your allies, and you do that for a vast majority of the game, and you can get rewards like heart pieces and even heart containers. It feels redundant at times.
The whole game feels like, I haven't played it at all, but what I've seen of it, it feels unnecessary. Like, of all the Nintendo adaptations that I've wanted, Zelda Dynasty Warriors Clash isn't exactly one of them. But you never know, this might be the starting point of Nintendo being a bit more generous with their IPs and giving them out to other developers, which could be quite good. But if this is just a one-off, I think it's a bit of a shame, because from sounds of it, just sounds like Dynasty Warriors with Zelda skin, which I'm sure is great, but does it do anything new? Is it really necessary? Is it needed? Probably not.
Exactly.
Yeah, if you're a Zelda, yeah, if you're a Zelda fan, I mean, it's right up your alley. It's got so many little nuances. I mean, the story, it branches off to an Ocarina of Time based era, and a Twilight Princess era, and a Skyward Sword era, and you fight bosses that were in those games, and it's really cool seeing the worlds kind of, I want to say like better graphics alone, but how you're more interacting with them. Like in Skyward Sword, you're in the Skyloft, and there's just so much to do, and there's so many areas to go to, and you can do these. One of the missions you can essentially. I haven't played the game Skyward Sword, but you can deliver this pumpkin soup or like this giant pumpkin to this creature who will move boulders, so you can progress through the stage. And I really like the music as well. It takes the general themes of the game and kind of adds like a rock element, and it speeds it up. It's higher paced, and it kind of fits well with the gameplay and how it's fast paced. But I mean, if you like Dynasty Warriors, definitely give it a chance. Zelda, give it a chance. Otherwise, I would say I think you can wait on it, and I don't think it's a must play.
I was just gonna say, do you think that this has come about because Nintendo realized that they didn't have a proper Zelda game for coming quite some time, so they thought, we'll give it to another sort of publisher and developer and get them to do it? Do you think that's where it comes from, more than them actually being a bit more free with their IPs, as I just said?
I could definitely see that, because I mean there originally was supposed to be a more realistic Zelda a couple years ago, but now we're seeing that Zelda Wii U. I mean, it's I don't know, it's weird. It's a nice game, and I personally I don't really see it as like, I mean it definitely as an attempt to like say like, hey, like here's a taste of Zelda on the Wii U. Just hold yourself or keep yourself occupied until we release Zelda Wii U.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a good game. Just for me, it just raises a lot of questions that I'd quite like answers to, but I'm sure I'll never get.
Understandable.
Yeah, it's a game that, when it was first announced, I was really excited about and really looking forward to. I still plan on playing it. I've talked before on previous episodes how I am a fan of the Dynasty Warriors games, and they're good, like mindless fun. Like you can just like put the game in and just hack away and just kind of have fun with it for a while. And so I do plan on getting this game. I think I'll wait for a price drop, but I'm excited the fact that that one we have a Legend of Zelda game on Wii U. Even, and I'm just also excited that even if it was for reasons like something like you may have mentioned, though, I'm just excited for the fact that they allow one of their properties to do something different. Every Zelda game is pretty much despite the art style may change, but it's always like this very like serious tone, kind of thing, or it's a save the world kind of adventure kind of thing. And this is like the Dynasty Warriors games are also kind of silly. So I haven't played Hyrule Warriors, but I imagine that it has that kill 1,000 enemies combat, but it's like so exaggerated that it kind of makes it kind of silly and not as it doesn't have a very serious tone.
Yeah, some of the eras, particularly the Twilight Princess era, it just felt boring to me. There weren't. I mean, it was a little bit tougher, which I liked, but the game isn't so terribly tough that you're like, oh my god, like I'm going to die immediately. Like you face a couple tough enemies and they might knock a couple hearts off, but it's really not that much of an issue. You can go pick up hearts right away, or you can just kind of dodge and just wait for an opening and take advantage. But I was gonna say with lost my train of thought. But essentially, you playing as I played a stage today and I was locked in a room and I fought Dark Link and it was just so cool. I was like, I'm finally fighting Dark Link, and it was a pretty easy battle, but it just felt so cool playing like fighting against Dark Link once again. And that's gonna wrap up what we're playing. So now on to the news. So PlayStation Plus games for October have been revealed, and the list it's gonna come out on October 8th. And PS4 owners will get Dust: An Elysian Tale, which is a Metroidvania game. We'll also get Spelunky.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I'm so excited! I'm so excited for that. I've been wanting that game for a while. It's like a highly praised platformer with randomly generated levels, and it also features cross-buy among PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, and PlayStation Vita. PS4 will also get Pix the Cat, an arcade game, and Drive Club PlayStation Plus Edition, which will feature 11 tracks, 10 cars, and all of the game modes that will be in the retail version. Are you guys gonna try this out? I'm gonna try Drive Club PlayStation Plus Edition, but this is kind of a weird addition to the library.
Yeah. I'm reviewing Drive Club, so like I probably won't download that unless it's out before the actual release. So I probably won't try that out. But actual Drive Club, like the full release, it seems interesting. Like it looks somewhere in between the mix of a sim and arcade racer. So I don't know. It looks interesting.
I am, excited about the titles that we're getting on PS4. I mean, I've never played Dust, always wanted to. So I'm definitely looking forward to playing that. The same with Spelunky. I've never played either of those. And Drive Club is a game that I've kind of had my eye on. I just haven't like been able to play a racer that I've really enjoyed in a while. And so, Drive Club may, actually, be that. And the fact that, at minimum, get to try it out, with this PlayStation Plus edition, with, limited modes and everything. Well, it actually has all the modes, but limited tracks and cars. It'll give me the opportunity to check it out. So I'm glad we're getting that opportunity.
Yeah, for me, I'm just gonna download Drive Club. I'll probably never buy the actual game because the demo seems like it has enough content for me just to. Because I enjoy racing games, but I prefer karting games. But as a free game, essentially, like a pretty good looking one, yeah, so I'm definitely down for that.
Yeah, I like racing games a lot. Also, Spelunky, I'm really looking forward to trying that. Seems kind of like Rogue Legacy, which I liked a lot. Like the levels are randomly generated and stuff. But yeah, it seems pretty interesting, and the games are pretty good this month.
With Drive Club, I'm hoping there's some variety with the cars. Like you'll get like a fast like a exotic car that's fast, and you could really test out the tracks and see what the game can do. Besides that, I mean, I just love like Forza so much. I'm really hoping Drive Club can really give me the same feelings I feel when I play those. When I play Forza, that'll sell me on this game. I mean, this game has been heavily delayed. It was supposed to be a launch title for the system, and it's coming out very shortly. I mean, hopefully it's good.
Yeah. Also, I'm probably more excited for the Crew than Drive Club. I think the beta started today, and I signed up for it a while ago. I don't know if I got it or not. I haven't checked my email really, but yeah, I'm really excited for that game.
Maybe it's because of the Ebola. Who knows?
Oh yeah, that's probably it. They didn't want to send them to my area just because they thought they wouldn't get used.
I really, seriously though, I do hope that we can find a cure for that, and it doesn't have to have spread, hopefully. And I hope people affected by it can hopefully find survive it, because I know the mortality rate is serious. But that's off topic.
Yeah,
Just a
way to
little
bring
bit.
down the tone, Brett.
Well, Kirby Air Ride!
The tone didn't change.
Brilliant.
For those of
Have
you
to mention Kirby Air Ride at least once an episode.
For those of you listening, Grant just pulled out Kirby Air Ride and showed it to me, and my heart just broke because I'm so jealous.
Player's choice.
PlayStation 3 owners will get Batman Arkham Asylum. Great game. Dungeons and Dragons
Yes.
Chronicles of Mystara and strategy RPG Rainbow Moon. Vita owners will get Pix the Cat and Rainbow Moon as well. Up next, there is a update for the Wii U. The Wii U now has folders.
Woo.
Oh yeah. Owners can now create folders to organize their installed software how they see fit. Also included is a download management icon, and you can customize the quick start menu by hiding certain software within the quick start menu, so you can get the games you want to play immediately right there. That's super convenient. And there are also some stability improvements.
Yeah, I haven't used my Wii U like in a good while, at least like since I stopped playing Mario Kart. But I went in the other day and organized all my folders, and now my home screen looks all organized, and I like it.
I haven't done it yet. I'm probably going to organize it by my virtual console titles, my first party titles, and then just random apps like Netflix, Hulu Plus, and such.
Yeah, I did like games, virtual console apps, and settings, I think.
Yeah, my Vita is very organized. You got games alphabetical, so it's gonna be kind of a pain when I download new games. I have to reorganize everything.
Yeah.
Such a pain.
I don't know if this is I don't think it's on the news, but today Vita got a patch that it's now has theme support.
Yeah, new big firmware update. I'm pretty excited for that. I love themes, and I think there's one for Freedom Wars. So there's no doubt in my mind that's gonna be my theme for the Vita.
Wait, you're not gonna get the tearaway one?
Games overrated. No, I'm kidding. I just wasn't a fan. I mean, I remember my themes for my PlayStation 3. Those are so cool. I had like Shadow of the Colossus, Uncharted 3, Final Fantasy 13 2, Last of Us. Oh, I miss my PS3. But up next, Thomas Was Alone is coming to PS4, Xbox One, and Wii U. Have you guys played this game?
No.
Nope.
I like this game a lot. It's a fun puzzler. It's got a cute little story about Thomas finding himself and essentially not being alone and finding other people who are just like him. But this game, according to Mike Bithell, the creator, they're gonna release all three versions, PS4, Xbox One, and Wii U, in the same week for £7 or $10 US. And the PS4 version will support cross-buy, so people who own the PS3 and Vita versions will get the game free when it launches. I definitely recommend this game. I think it was the first indie game I really tried out, and I had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, I've never played it. This was a Flash game, wasn't it? Didn't it start off as a Flash game?
I believe so. I could be wrong, but I think it was on PlayStation Plus recently too, within a couple months ago.
Yeah, I really don't know a lot about it, but if I remember correctly, I remember it being like a PC Flash game. I don't, if it's good, I'll definitely take your word for it. I don't imagine if with so many titles out there, I don't think it's something that I'll be picking up personally. But if it is good to get popular indie titles on the next gen consoles. We've talked a bunch about how the fact that Guacamelee, when that came to PS4 and Xbox One, like how and Wii U as well, how awesome that was. And so I think I think this is good. This is a good thing.
For sure. And up next, Destiny has a new patch 1.0.2. It's now live. There are a number of changes to Destiny with this new patch,
Right now.
primarily with the Cryptarch. Thank God. I was sick and tired of him Can I get an amen?
No.
But with the new changes, legendary engrams will always be a legendary item or an item of higher quality, and legendary engrams that currently exist in your inventory will be changed to rare items when they're decoded, but they'll still have a chance of being a legendary item. And rare engrams will always produce rare items or higher quality items, and ascended shards and energies, which you can get from events, have been promoted to legendary quality, and rare and legendary items are potential rewards when completing the daily heroic missions, weekly heroic strikes, and doing strike playlists. And there have been a couple of slight changes to the Crucible as well.
Looks like that Cryptarch Twitter account is out of luck.
Oh yeah, he's still going strong though.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I bet the Cryptarch Twitter account will still have ammunition because I don't even with these changes. Like, I mean, this is definitely a good thing. I'm glad that because it sucks when you get like a legendary Ingram and it turns out to be a rare item. That really sucks. So I'm glad that the changes have been made to the Cryptarch, but as a whole, the Cryptarch still sucks. I wish you could just shoot him because you think that you got like some cool item when it pops up and it's like decoherent Ingram and you go to him and it's nothing or or it just is
it's uncommon.
Yeah, it's something that that's worse than you already have. Like, it seems like as much as I have as many Ingrams as I've brought this old geezer and got him to decode, it seems like I would be getting like legendary items and exotic items like whenever I got an Ingram. It just think this is something that I just feel like just needs to be improved overall. Like, these are small changes that affect these items, but I think that right now the way that the Cryptarch feels is that when you get to a certain level, he's really of no benefit to you.
Yeah, you wrote about this in your letter to Destiny, didn't you?
Yeah, I wrote. For those that didn't see, I wrote I wrote a Dear John letter to Destiny. Because I just told Destiny that I was going to break up with it if it didn't make some changes, and and I told him that I told Destiny that I would probably leave it for Shadows of Mordor or another first person shooter. And right now, Shadow of Mordor has my heart, as you can hear, from my musings earlier. So I'm sorry, Destiny.
Wasn't treating you with the respect you deserve.
It did not treat me like the respected genius that I am. It did not have any love for me, and it just it has disappointed me. And I want to come back to it. I want to love Destiny. But there's just some flaws in it that just really need to be improved, and the Cryptarch is one of them. Even with these changes, I still don't like him, and you should be able to shoot him.
I think that's the overall opinion with Destiny is everybody feels like they have to love Destiny. Like, talking to my friend in there, just like, are you actually enjoying yourself doing this? And he's just like, it's alright. And I just thought, this is a game that shouldn't be just alright. Like, from the hype that it got, it should be amazing. So I think that's one of the biggest letdowns this year. I think that and Watch Dogs.
Destiny is more fun than good.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
I've had my fill with Destiny for a while. Like, Julius, we were talking about that playing. We got this exotic weapon quest. And what you do is you do 5 strikes without dying, and there's one strike I can do. I guarantee I won't die, but I did it 3 or 4 times and it just felt so boring. I was like, all right, when's the next quest? And there was really no point doing it, and the game can really get redundant.
There's just no variety.
Absolutely, that's exactly what it is. It's not enough variety. Destiny does not give you what your heart desires. It teases you with amazing graphics. I mean, it's beautiful. It teases you with its beauty. It has nice controls and everything else. But after you've played the Nexus Strike for the 30th time, in order to get cash in some bounties, or the what's the one on Earth? The Devil's Lair Strike for the 50th time. and you figured out the exact position you need to be in to kill the spider tank without it killing you, and all of this kind of stuff. It's like, why aren't and there's a strike playlist, and you're just playing the same strikes over and over and over again. Like, why aren't those strikes different? Like, why, it just seems like with a game, this advanced, and, it just seems like with just all these areas that are in the game, just add a little variety into it. Make events more common and make them different. But I don't want to talk about Destiny anymore because it broke my heart.
You poor man. Don't worry, Julius. I would never do that to you.
I know you wouldn't.
But regarding the Cryptarch, I think my first legendary I found was for a hunter, and I found at least 3 other legendaries for a hunter, and all signs are pointing to say, hey, create a hunter. But I have no desire to go through that campaign again. I have no desire to grind to level 20. I'm just waiting for the expansion. I'm gonna take a long. Destiny and we're taking a break right now.
I was just gonna say I don't understand that how they let you be able to pick up loot that's not for your class, but not have any player trading system.
Exactly.
From what I think what's the point of that? I mean, come on, we're not gonna create another class just because you've given us a bit of loot. We want to be able to trade it with people. I mean, that's like a basis for an MMO.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Whatever. Destiny's just silly. But up next, The Walking Dead Seasons 1 and 2 have PS4 and Xbox One release dates. Telltale Games has announced that both Seasons 1 and 2 will hit PS4 and Xbox One in North America on October 14th. And Season 1 will hit North America on October 14th. And Season 2 will follow a week later on October 21st. And the second season will also be released on PS3 and Xbox 360 on this date. And in Europe, both seasons will be released simultaneously on October 24th. And for Vita owners, November 4th will be the first time Season 2 is available in stores. And each season bundles together 5 episodes. And Season 1 will also include the special 6th episode, 400 Days, which tells the story behind the initial outbreak. I still haven't played Season 2 of The Walking Dead. I'm definitely going to pick it up when it comes to PS4. And I'm ready for another emotional roller coaster.
Yeah, me too. I'm super excited for this. I haven't played it either, just because... I don't play episode by episode just because I forget the story, since there's such a long break in between each one. But I was waiting for the retail version to come out with all of them, just so I could play through all of them. But I love the first season. It was probably the most emotional game I've ever played.
Yeah, I played Season 2 because I'm just not patient enough to wait. But it's brilliant. It's a lot of fun. It's not as I won't spoil it, but I would if just my opinion, it is not as emotional of a tearjerker as Season 1, but it is very good, and it is and it is the story of it will get you emotionally engaged. And I'm even though I bought it, I'm glad that it's coming out for these the next gen consoles or current gen or whatever you want to call them. I'm glad they're coming out. I'm sure everybody knew this was coming, right? It's going to be right in time for the holidays. There'll be a pretty inexpensive game for people to pick up, and sell or get for as a gift. And I'm probably going to get them again. One just because I'll get the opportunity to play it on on the newer consoles, and also just to have a disc copy of the game. I'm crazy enough and I like those games enough that I'm probably going to get I'll get Season 2 probably for either PS4 or Xbox One, because I just want to have that disc.
I'm surprised they didn't try and get the release date just for October 31st. Surely you'd want it on Halloween, wouldn't you? Just to...
Yeah.
Yeah,
that'd be
definitely
brilliant.
Yeah, it's
the release dates just seem really weird. just to have like four, like especially considering all the amount of games that are coming out. I think this is gonna I'm gonna get it, but I think it's gonna be drowned out by a lot of other big AAA stuff. I mean, people that are really into the series would be like you, Julius, who have bought it by episode, and people that have been waiting up for it think, well, I played Walking Dead the first season anyway, so I might just use my money and buy something else like Dragon Age or all the other massive games that are coming out. So I think sales aren't going to be as good for season 2 as they would have hoped, but hopefully it does well because it's a good series, and Telltale certainly deserve the praise for it.
Yeah.
Hopefully they run good on next gen.
Yeah.
Well,
They have to.
well, definitely. One of the things I could say about season 2, and I think I did say like in I know I did a reviews of a couple of the episodes on the site. A lot of the technical issues that you saw in season 1, if you saw them if you see them in season 2, they certainly weren't as bad as they were in season 1. It actually, it ran well on the. I played it on 360 and it ran well. I didn't have any issues. It never really felt janky at all. Some other people said they did, but it ran fine on mine. The release date thing is. I'm not surprised. You're 100% right, but I'm not surprised. Because if you think about it, if I remember correctly, this was kind of the same thing they did with season 1. They just kind of put it out, and it was. I just remember when it came to season 1, I just happened to be in Target one day, and I was like, they put out The Walking Dead on disc, and I had not at that season 1. I had not played it, and it was like just randomly in the store, and I said, "Oh, okay, well, I'm going to pick it up today." And so it probably isn't the best business strategy, particularly if this is like, you're really planning to, move units, but I guess they just assume that the people that want to pick it up are going to pick it up. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd like to see how much the marketing team gets paid. So just seems like, okay, yeah, it's done. Let's get it out. Let's get it out. Just want to do my job.
Yeah, it's
Move on
exactly
to
what
the
they
next
do
thing.
for everything. Like each of their episodes, like 2 days before it comes out, they're like, "Oh, it's gonna be coming out on like Thursday or something."
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, I think I could be wrong. I haven't really watched the show too much, but I think season 4 or 5 of the show comes out very soon. So that could be why that they're releasing it very close. I imagine very close to when the show comes back on TV.
That is a good point. I think the show, if not next week, it is the week after. But yeah, the show's getting ready to come back on.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense then.
Yeah, good point.
Thank you. And that's gonna wrap up the news. So we got a lot coming out at the end of this week and next week. So Grant, what's coming out?
There's a boatload of stuff out this week. Firstly, there's Super Smash Bros. For 3DS. Are any of you guys getting it on 3DS?
If I owned a 3DS, I 100% would, but
Same here.
I can't justify a $200 purchase for the 3DS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're all in the
go
same
ahead.
boat. I think we're all in the same boat. I don't have a 3DS. I want to play Smash really bad, and Jason and Cody and everybody else, a lot of the other writers on the site and everything have been talking about the fact that Jake and the fact that they're getting Smash, and I'm jealous, but I'm not going to pick up a 3DS just to play Smash. I will wait on the Wii U version.
Yeah, like I have a 3DS I can play Smash on, but I played the demo and like I don't have the XL or anything, but like it just felt a bit clunky on the 3DS. Like it's not the game's fault. Like the game runs super smooth. It's just like my hands feel a bit cramped. Like I have small hands too, but on the regular 3DS it just doesn't feel very good.
Yeah, I had a tough time playing Kid Icarus Uprising on I had a regular 3DS, so there's no way I could do Smash on a regular 3DS.
Next up, Pierre Solar and the Great Architects is out on PC, PS4, and PS3.
Oh, I'm so excited for this. Do any of you know what this game is?
No
No.
idea.
Essentially, what it is, it's an RPG, a full-length RPG that was not remade, but it came out and it was ported to the Genesis, and this was a couple years ago. and it runs. It plays like Fantasy Star and a couple other of those 90s RPGs, and it's been ported to a number of systems, and it's a full fledged RPG that plays like the 90s JRPGs, Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy 4, 6, and I'm really excited for this game.
Next up, Drive Club is out on PS4. Alien Isolation is out on everything. NBA 2K15 is out on PS4, Xbox One, PS3, and 360. And lastly, Skylanders Trap Team is out on PS4, Xbox One, PS3, Xbox 360, 3DS, and Wii U.
Oh my God, Skylanders! Ready for Activision to make another $1 billion?
They know how to keep their money.
Yeah, seriously. I see I work with kids, and so many of them have Skylanders T-shirts, and they're always talking about it. So when this game comes out, I don't doubt that they're going to talk about this game for at least a month among each other. And NBA, I like the NBA games, but I'm gonna have to wait on a review. I know Julius, you're reviewing it for the site.
Yes.
I'm probably gonna take your word on it.
I can't wait. I cannot wait for NBA 2K15. Yeah, what makes these games, is the career mode. And this one is really interesting. I don't know how much you guys, have seen about this game, but in previous years, the career mode is you create a player and you put him in the, and he goes into like a rookie showcase and he comes in and draft, and then you play through his career and everything else, the contract signings and all of that stuff. This year's version, first of all, you scan your face.
Ooh.
Yes, you scan your face. You have the option. You can make a player. You can make it yourself, a player yourself, but you have the option of scanning your face so that the player looks like you. And then
that's too realistic.
I'm all for
Would you need
it.
like the camera or connect for that?
I would imagine that you do, but I don't know for sure. I imagine that that's why I'm going to pick it up on Xbox One since I have the Kinect, and you can scan your face, and then after that, you're instead of being like a rookie, like a first round draft pick, you are an NBA free agent, and you have to try to work your way to get on a team, and then you have to work to stay on a team, and you'll be signed to like short term contracts and things like that. So it's a different kind of aspect of the career mode. NBA 2K, they do, they have like probably the best like career or my player mode among the sports games. So definitely it's superior to FIFA's and Madden's and NHL 15. So I'm really looking forward to playing this game. I'm not the biggest basketball fan, but I play this game just because that career mode is so engaging.
I'm so iffy about the career mode. I when I bought my PS4, NBA 2K game with it, and I made a career mode for maybe an hour or two, and I was playing on the bench, and we hit a crucial shot, and I had the option: do I cheer with my teammates, or I just relax on the bench and lay back? I was like, all right, I'll choose relax and lay back on the bench. And I get called into my GM's office, and they're just giving me flack, and it's just saying like, why weren't you cheering us on? If I see that again, we're gonna have to cut you. Really, I don't think that's very realistic. I was a first round pick. No, you're gonna cut me after that.
Yeah, they tried to put some consequences in there. I mean, it has not always been perfect, but I think one of the things I like about it is that it's a basketball RPG. That's basically that's what you're playing. I mean, the level, the level up system and all of that. It is, it's very RPG like.
Yeah, I'll probably turn in NBA 2K14 when I pick up Shadows of Mordor tomorrow, just because I don't really like keeping sports games, just because it's like the next game is always just an evolution of that. So yeah, I'll probably pick it up. If not right at launch, I'll get it sometime soon.
I'm excited to play as the 76ers and lose for a year or two, and then NBA champions.
I always make my player called LeBryant Jordanicus Walton.
What?
What?
Can you repeat that, please?
The Bryant Jordanicus Walton.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay, I see now. Oh man, that's
You
funny.
just have to mix all the names together.
Yep, LeBron, Michael Jordan, Bill Walton.
That's
Kobe
funny.
Bryant.
No, I'm sorry. You're kind of in the.
I'm lost on this. Yeah, you start talking about cricket players, I know what you're on about, but basketball straight on my
Are you
head.
familiar with the Don Bradman?
I'm slightly familiar. Yes.
Oh, okay, now I've never played DBC, but Noah, does DBC like have like a my player mode, like you create a player and you go through a career?
It does indeed. It's the first cricket game to implement that. That's why it's so brilliant. Because
Okay.
it's the first one that actually does have a career player. So yeah, it's
Okay.
very good.
DBC makes me think of Dragon Ball Cricket.
That'd be so awesome.
Yeah, like
I
go
wouldn't mind
go
that. That'd
saying.
be brilliant. It'd expand the audience.
What's an average cricket score?
Depends what format. Are you sure you really want me to get into this on the podcast?
Not really.
Not
you know.
really, but
Quick
I-
score.
just-
What was the last score of the game that you played?
Right now I'm playing and they're about 300 for 3.
Okay.
I don't know what that means.
All right. So
Yeah.
I'm assuming that 300 is just destroying and obliterating, but
No,
the
not
three
necessarily.
hasn't batted yet, or they're currently batting.
Yeah, they're currently batting.
I
Yeah,
know
10
my
batsmen.
cricket. Sign me up. But
I wish I could play the game. I'm actually kind of like curious. Like I know nothing of cricket, but I would be interested to play it because I know nothing about cricket.
Yeah, you'd be almost as confused as I am with Dark Souls. That's essentially it when you first played a cricket game. Like, it took me about 3 years to fully learn the rules of cricket, and that's
Yep.
through playing it. So it's quite complex, and there's still some things that are a bit iffy with me. But I think we should move on to something else, guys.
Yeah. For
Just
sure.
lastly, I guarantee that we will get you a review copy of the next Don Bradman Cricket. I'll just say we have the biggest cricket fan in the world.
You do indeed.
Semi video game professional cricket player. No, Graham.
Exactly.
That's what's coming out in the next week. So we're gonna go on to our topics. So Grant, this is your topic. What is your favorite online multiplayer game? What is your favorite online local multiplayer game? And which do you prefer?
Noah, you start out.
Oh, okay. Multiplayer. Don't really have one. League of Legends, I guess.
Mm.
But I've stopped playing that just because the time sink that I've put into it is just too much. It's kind of like an addiction where I just went, no, Noah, bad Noah, no more. It just too much. Local. I'd say Super Smash Bros. Was probably the one that I've had the most fun with over the years. So I need to get myself a Wii U and some flatmates or something to play that with. But yeah, my local multiplayer I prefer a lot more. I mean, you're with your friends most of the time when you're playing it. So I mean that's one bonus. Second, there's no 13-year-old calling saying that they had sex with your mum constantly.
Kid,
And
you're
it's
8.
just-
Do you even know what that is?
It's when you kiss and babies happen. And yeah, just local multiplayer is just so much better than online. Plus, you don't have to put up with Lizard Squad DDoSing all the time.
Yeah.
I'll take you down, Lizard Squad.
Hope the Ebola takes him down.
What eats lizards?
I don't know. Let's just say an eagle,
All right.
because we're American.
Eagle Squad, because we're America. Boom.
Brett, what about you?
But online multiplayer, I'm probably gonna go with. I'm gonna say Halo 2, maybe Halo 3. I played that so often, and I had one friend we played doubles with. It was so much fun. But for local multiplayer, I'm gonna agree with Noah. I'm gonna go Smash Melee. I poured so many hours into it, and that game is just so good. And I greatly prefer, like Noah, I greatly prefer local multiplayer because you're playing with your friends, and it brings a whole new experience. I mean, you can play a game like Smash by yourself. It's still a lot of fun, but when you're playing competitively with your friends, it just adds that incentive to say, "Hey, I'm gonna beat you, and I'm gonna kick your butt, Jake. I'm coming for you."
See, he talks smack to you, but says he isn't that good.
Yeah, like come on, trying to grind my gears here.
Yeah.
It's luring you into a false sense of confidence. You're gonna go in thinking you're all good, and then Jake will just pull out these moves that you've never seen
Pummel
before.
you.
What the heck is this?
He's trying to make you underestimate him.
Return the game the next day because why are you returning this, sir? My friend did a double backflip, triple smash kick, reverse
360 no scope.
arm bar.
You'd just be like, I didn't know Peach had a sword. When did this happen?
Oh man, I didn't know she could call the Landmaster. What about you, Julius?
Online multiplayer, Titanfall.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Titanfall. I've had others that I've liked more previously, but this year I have played so much Titanfall, it has eclipsed my favorite online multiplayer games. I like Titanfall. I like gigantic robots, and I like playing this game. It's so fast and free and everything else. Titanfall. Local multiplayer, I would have to say the WWE games. When I think about some of my favorite gaming moments from college, I have a lot of other more fun moments in college that didn't involve gaming. But my favorite gaming moment from college, probably involved WWE games. We had a PlayStation 2, like my suite mates and I, and we would hook up. You had a multi-tap. You used to remember multi-taps? Remember how they used to have to work? Or you had to have a multi-tap in order for a bunch of people to play, and you could get like six. I want to say 6 to 8 people playing in a WWE match. We would do like the Royal Rumble or like 3-on-3 or all these types of matches, and we would just go completely nuts with using the different wrestlers. And I grew up a wrestling fan as a child, a pro wrestling fan, but even by that time, by that age, I wasn't really, by the time I got to college, I wasn't into professional wrestling, and I'm not now, but I still pick up those games just because my friends and I, have a ball playing that game. And I have one of my best friends. We have an annual meeting, the day that the WWE game releases. We've been playing WWE games together, since WWE games have existed. And so, we're older now. He's married and has a family and all that kind of, stuff that, I don't know why he would do that to himself. But, because, we're both busy with work and, he has a wife and babies and all that kind of stuff. We have an annual meeting the day that the WWE game is released. But we're both going to get it, and we choose to meet at one or another's house the day it's released, and we play one match. We only play one match to determine who's going to be the champion for the next year.
Oh man, that's so intense.
It is super intense. So the conversations are already taking place. I'm going to beat you down. When this game comes out. But one match for the entire year. That's it. And it is. I mean, we've been doing it for the past few years. Get the game. We meet up. We play the match, and then somebody goes home. That's it. That's it.
And then he takes off the mask, and it's Jake.
Maybe so. But if I lose, that means maybe Jake double cross me or something like that. But it is but that is what we do. But if I could pick any one of the particular of the games from that series, I would say it would be WWE SmackDown. Here Comes the Pain. I think that was probably if not the best game in the series, it had the most fun multiplayer.
Yeah, I remember that one where you actually like went outside the ring and things. Is it
Yeah,
that one where it, like first introduced it? Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. When you can first like go outside the ring and everything. I mean, it would just be it would be chaos, and we would just have so much fun playing that game. And I'm still a fan of those games because of those moments.
What about you, Grant?
For me, online multiplayer is Destiny. It's just something now.
I don't blame you though. Destiny, I like Crucible a lot.
It's probably The Last of Us actually. Like, I know everyone touts it for like its amazing single player and like game of the generation, but like also with that is like this extremely like tactical teamwork focused multiplayer. Like if you have one guy on your team that just like runs off on his own and does his own thing, then your team's gonna lose. Like it's extremely strategic, and I don't know, it's just different from anything. Like I think I picked it up in June, I think it came out, and then I played it up until I got my PS4 in like December, and then went back to it for like each of the DLC that came out. Like I just put so many hours into that. And then local, probably Mario Kart Double Dash, just because I had so much fun like playing with my siblings and stuff. We played just a ton of that, and like I went on a road trip like last summer, and I brought like our car has like a TV in it, and I hooked up Double Dash and the GameCube in the car. I played it the entire way there. It was just awesome.
And not Kirby Air Ride.
Well, I brought it. I just didn't play it.
Grant, you're fired.
Oh. I'm fired.
Yes.
You're fired.
Creator and editor-in-chief is fired.
That's revolting.
Double Dash, it's the one game I played the least among the Mario Kart games. My neighbor had it, and every time I went to his house, hey, let's play Double Dash. It looks so much fun. And he'd be like, okay, I guess. And we played the circuit. I said, all right, I'm bored. How can you get bored of Mario Kart? That game is so awesome.
How can you get bored of Baby Park, the best course in the entire game?
Man, that park is so much fun.
Yeah, that was a good game.
That in Mario Kart DLC.
Yeah, it's probably not the a lot of this. It's probably not the favorite amongst the number of Mario Kart games. A lot of people don't think a lot highly of Double Dash, but I had a great time playing Double Dash. I think it's an awesome game.
And it mixed up the formula, like with the 2-kart riders, and you could like have 2 people in the same car.
Yeah.
And like my little brother would just like, it would usually be me in one cart, and then my sister and my brother in the other one, and then my brother would throw the items, my sister would drive. It was just so much fun.
This has been episode 16 of the Alphacast. Be sure to check out icedjgaming.com for daily content. We're working hard every day to bring you guys important news, reviews, and more. If you guys have any topics that we should discuss, feel free to tweet us or go onto our forums with your topics. You can tweet at our official account, icedj_gaming, and you can find all of us personally on Twitter as well. You can find Grant at
GrantRam3.
You can find Julius at
Respected Genius. Just change the I to a lowercase l.
I to a lowercase l. You can find Noah at
Noah Graham 17. That's NOAHGRAHAM 17.
And you can find myself at Rhett Woodmansee. WOODMANSEE. And make sure to show some love for the beta cast as well. They've got some awesome conversations, and a certain person here is a great host there.
Oh, well, thank you.
And also check out our partner site, 8bitchimp.com. They've got some awesome content. It's always a pleasure reading another person's perspective, or other people's perspectives, on various topics. We'll catch you on the next episode. Have an awesome day.
Peace.